How's it going, YouTube? This is Mr. Scrubbert coming at you from Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri this time. And I'm just going to give you a quick recap and show off of some new things. Recap of round 1 from my anniversary setup. To begin with, I wanted to show you all. I just got these in from Combat Miniatures. Thank you, Rich. We got these 3D models that are just awesome for the capital cities. I don't have Berlin or Rome yet, but they should be on the way here pretty soon. I didn't have them available, but eventually I'm going to paint them up, make them look nice and cool. But for now, they look good by themselves. Just these standalone gray resin, really good detailed capital cities. And I just wanted to show you off to them, and if you want, head on over to Combat Miniatures and pick some up. I think they're that cool. They're like super cool. They stand out, and I'm gonna paint them up. They're gonna just look awesome. Because I have some cities painted up from obviously a Risk game. Oh, I forgot to show the Russian one. So I have some cities painted up from like a Risk game, which I normally use for like capitals and things like that. But these 3D capital buildings just look really, really cool. So I'll get into it. I played the first round, and I'm not gonna lie, it's been a long time since I've played Anniversary. A long time. But I'm starting to remember why I like this game, and it's kind of daunting how the Axis are like. It looks so overwhelming at the beginning that the Axis are just gonna crush the Allies, but then I forget that like UK and the United States make a lot of money, and they can quickly come on back, but it's going to take a few turns of the Axis grinding through the defenses of the Allies. I forgot to do something. I will do it here in a second, but I forgot to place two China guys. Just caught myself on that video, so let me go real quick here. Sorry for the shaky camera. I don't really have much in terms of video taking besides my phone right now down here in Fort Leonard Wood. So I forgot to actually play the entire Chinese here. We're gonna put these guys back here, fly this plane back here, and this guy is just gonna take one walk back here to Sakane. Alrighty, back to it. So recap a little bit. Germany, and this is 41 setup by the way. Germany in its opening move bombed, getting a full 4. Because an Anniversary can only do double of the IPC territory. So a full 4 stack on the Leningrad factory, as well as pushed in on all fronts into Russia. In the sea, they didn't really do much with the fleet, which kind of cost them a little bit. They took out the destroyer that was in 6, as well as came down here and took Gibraltar. Nothing really happened in North Africa, but the main focus is just pushing right into Russia. If someone I couldn't find in the, well, I'll get to it here in a second. Moving on, Germany did buy 3 countries bought tech: Great Britain, U.S., and Germany. However, no one rolled any technology with their 1 token they bought this turn. So sucks on that. Let's see what else happened here for Germany. That was pretty much it. The 3 push stacked up in Finland. They built a carrier and another transport, so their fleet in the Baltic up there is looking a little beefy. The subs survived the round, and that was it for Germany. Just a lot of pushing into Russia. Now Russia itself didn't do any combat. They stacked up on the Japanese border over here, and then as well started pulling back, kind of heading back towards Moscow. They stocked up Leningrad, and they stocked up basically Stalingrad. It's the Caucasus, but we'll just call it Stalingrad. So they stocked up. They didn't do any combat, and they bought 2 tanks and some infantry. That's all they could really do. Japan pushed heavy into China, losing minimum forces. Like 1 gentleman here was the only casualty for Japan. They came down here and took the Philippines, as well as they came down here and took Borneo from the UK. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. If someone could point it out to me in an Anniversary rulebook, I could not find for the life of me any rules stating the U.S. was not already in the war, like Global 40. But I do remember playing Anniversary and having the U.S. being like having to sit out until turn 3 or 4 or something like that. I can't quite remember. Like I said, it's been a while since I played the Anniversary version of the game. So if someone could allude me to that page or let me know on that fact, it'd be great. I looked through the rulebook like 3 times. I couldn't find it. It's probably right under my nose and I just missed it. So, but anyway, moving on, we have UK. UK obviously piled up here into the English Channel in 7, building a carrier. And I think that was the only boat they bought. They bombed the factory, not much damage, just one, in Berlin. As well as they attacked Paris, well, for free. Paris was empty. They took Paris. However, Italy, with its offshore bombardment and its forces, retook Paris for the Axis powers. Kind of a bummer there. They were hoping to hold and or at least do a little more damage to the Axis before they got pushed back out again. So as far as the Death Bowl for all this is round 1. Some of you might have seen this from Moose Cow's channel. This is actually where I got the idea. In fact, it's the same Death Bowl as we call it. But same idea. So a decent number of units, very minimal Axis powers. They trumped. They did a lot of damage. The German forces did a lot. Took probably the most out of the Axis. They lost, I think, 3 infantry total. About 3 infantry total. Some of you wondering maybe why there's Frenchmen in here. I play with a house rule for Anniversary Edition. There are a couple others, but this is the only one I'm playing with, and that's for one time only. When the Allies take Paris, the UK player can put a number up to 6 IPCs worth of French units that are controlled by the great UK player into Paris, kind of as a French resistance. Same kind of rule that applies in Global 40, only on a scaled back kind of ideal. But Frenchmen did not hold their land that well, so they're gone, and that's the only time they can come back in the game. Other than that, U.S. didn't do any combat. They kind of look like they built a transport over here in the Eastern and stocked up more guys over there, as well as they built a carrier and kind of bulking up the fleet over here. They abandoned Hawaii, possibly as a trap for the Axis to try and come in and take it. Right now, though, there aren't any transports in range of Hawaii, so that'd be kind of a pointless little gesture to move into the sea zone. So I think the big problem is going to definitely be these things. The India fleet, and the Australian fleet, or Anzacs, whatever you want to call them. You can't really see them. They moved over here in the corner. They're kind of just floating out here in the middle of the ocean, way down here in the sea zone. They can make it back to India in one move, or they can make it back to Australia in one move. So at least should have made it. Yep, they made it. So sorry I had to count. But anyway, that's about the end of round 1. So it's kind of I would assume typical of Anniversary. I used to play this version so many times, but like I said, at the end of the day, I have not played this in many, many times. Some things I could show off besides obviously the awesome capital cities from Combat Managers. Please sponsor me. Just kidding. But I got a BBR St. Louis 21. I actually won this in the drawing at the tournament, at the BBR St. Louis tournament, where my team, the Mad Moose Disease, took home first, which was great. I was there for day 1, day 2, but sadly I had to come back here to Fort Leonard Wood for training, and I was not able to help my team on the last day, but it turned out they didn't need me. And Moose Cow and Madman Rick just they won through a very, very clinched game, I hear, against none other than Hambone and his son, Hambone HQ. But this was the big prize that I wanted to win right here. And then I guess I've never done a reveal video of it, so hold on one second. Never did a reveal video of it, but I also won a sheet metal IPC tracker for the BBR. This thing is awesome. If I wanted to set it up and look a little better, I could show you. I magnetized my markers to attach right to this, as well as the technologies for up here. So that's really cool. It's probably one of my favorites. I was more excited, call me crazy, about the coasters, thanks to my wife, who very supports me. She loves collecting coasters from places and things, and I saw those and I was like, absolutely awesome. Also, another thing you can get from Combat Miniatures. But other than that, for keeping track of the victory cities in this version of the game, I'm using the BBR victory points, city-wise, so there's cities. The only bad thing about this, and I don't know if I'm just missing one or not, but I do not have a Washington. Don't have a Washington point. So I don't know if that's on purpose or there isn't one in the BBR points. I don't think. I've double checked. Here's the extras that are like the resources and things like that. But I did not see a Washington marker, so it's the only one I'm missing. Other than that, I got this cool little nifty thing from Amazon because I got really tired of trying to hold like 20 dice in a giant battle. So I got this thing. It's huge. It can fit all 40 of the Grasshopper's hit dice into this cup right here, and then you can just shake it and dump it into wherever you're rolling your dice. So a little interesting in that. Other than that, I've never done, besides my painted pieces, I've never done really a full extra pieces and things like that. As far as these right here, I actually prefer the meatball, as they call it. I like just the name, the meatball. Not many people like this, but I prefer the red star. And I'm starting to come back to the red Iron Cross as opposed to the gray one. It's out of box and it's on the Global 36 map. It's just kind of, I think it pops out a little bit more. UK, it's hit or miss. I like the fascist Italian markers. And the US is kind of plain. I prefer the flag, but for another version of the game I'm working on, a house rule, I won't be able to use the flag. So that's my ideals on that. And that's about it for this video. I'm kind of dragging it out, so I'll close it up and thank you for watching. Sorry about the shaky camera. Again, out down here I don't have access to my stand and stuff for my GoPro and things like that, so I'm having to use my phone and kind of just hold it and kind of just pan and shake it everywhere. So I do apologize for that in all upcoming recap videos, but just bear with me. If you got any questions or you want to just hit me up, just leave a comment and a like, please. I've noticed I've never gotten that far in subscribers, but I'm at 57, which really surprised me. I haven't actually looked in a while, which is, for me, at least for me, who never intended for this to go that far, that's pretty great. So I like, and if you can mention to people what I do, my painted pieces, or if anyone is interested in just another Axis and Allies guy to just chat with, please leave me a like and subscribe if you like, because I think if I do get to 100, I'll do a giveaway, or I'll paint up something for somebody and do a drawing or something like that if I can get to 100 subscribers. So that's pretty far off. We're 40 plus from there, but I'm just letting you all know if it gets close to 100, then I'll talk about doing a giveaway or something like that. I do love just kind of putting my painted pieces out there, letting people give me critiques, even negative, positive. Detroit tells me I need to magnetize these with magnetic paint, excuse me, which I've never really tried. I just kind of got the magnetic tape on there, which kind of takes away the look of it, the appeal. So I'm not quite sure. Don't have a preference on it, but I gotta try it. So any ideals, any helpful tips, and in this game, in this anniversary game, it's been so long since I played. If you have an ideal or a strategy, I'm playing against myself, so I can't counter myself, or I can counter myself just by going with what each nation is supposed to be doing. But if you have an ideal or a strategy or a way to play anniversary or a house rule for anniversary that makes it a lot more fun, please just leave a comment or send me a like, a message, anything, and just let me know. I'll do a quick pan over Europe. I've been kind of distancing it. I like my sailor Russian there, prepared to hold the docks of Leningrad. So this is Mr. Scrubbert coming at you from Fort Leonard Wood or St. Robert, whatever have you, and I am signing off.